You ever catch yourself doing this thing where someone says something clearly wrong and you just let it pass? No eyebrow raise, no actually, no mini lecture loading in your throat. You nod, sip your tea, and move on. And halfway through, you realize, wait, I used to correct people a lot. So what changed? Did you become wiser or just tired? That tiny pause, that decision not to jump in, isn't random. There's a psychology behind why people stop correcting others, and once you see it, you'll start spotting it everywhere. Maybe in others, maybe uncomfortably in yourself. One version of this shows up as emotional efficiency. Picture you in a group chat, someone confidently sharing a half-wrong fact. Old you would have typed a paragraph. New you stares at the screen, sighs, and closes the app. Not because you don't know the truth, but because you've learned the exchange rate. One correction equals 5 minutes of back and forth, 2 misunderstandings, and a faint headache. Your brain starts doing quiet math. Peace feels cheaper than being right out loud. If this is you, you're not apathetic, you're selective. The question is whether you're conserving energy or avoiding connection altogether. Then there's the quiet confidence type. This person doesn't correct others because they don't need the validation. Imagine someone at work taking credit for an idea you recognize. You notice it, you feel it, but you don't jump in. You've learned that constantly proving yourself can be louder than actual competence. There's a subtle shift here from needing agreement to trusting your own internal scorecard. If you relate to this, ask yourself something gently honest. Are you grounded, or are you hoping someone will notice without you speaking? Another profile feels calmer on the surface, but heavier underneath. This is when not correcting people is actually about disengagement. Think of a conversation where you realize mid-sentence that explaining won't change anything. Not today, not ever. So you stop, you nod, you let the misunderstanding live. This isn't peace, it's distance. Psychologically, this is what happens when your mind quietly marks someone as unreachable. You're still polite, still present, but no longer invested. If that sounds familiar, the real question is who you've already stopped trying with. Then there's a softer, more conflicted version, the people pleaser who learned that correcting others comes with social consequences. Maybe you were told you're too intense or always debating. Over time, you start editing yourself. You let small things slide to keep the mood light. The psychology here isn't confidence or wisdom, it's self-protection. You're choosing harmony over authenticity. And while that can keep relationships smooth, it can also leave you feeling oddly invisible. If you see yourself here, notice where silence feels like kindness and where it feels like erasure. But here's the twist. Sometimes stopping yourself from correcting people really is growth. It's recognizing that not every truth needs a stage and not every misunderstanding is yours to fix. Other times it's a signal of burnout, of withdrawal, of giving up quietly instead of saying you're done. The behavior looks the same on the outside. The motive underneath makes all the difference. So sit with this for a moment. When you stopped correcting people, what were you protecting? Your energy, your ego, your peace, or your distance? Which version sounded most like you, and what does that say about where you are right now? If this landed somewhere specific, share which type you recognized and stay around for more psychology that explains the things you've been doing without realizing why.